G'day, my name is Michele van Eck and I'm an Associate Professor at the School of Law at the University of Witwatersrand. Today I'd like to talk to you about artificial intelligence, AI. Now, AI is not something new that we've seen, although it's relatively new within the commercial use of it. AI, specifically within the legal profession, has taken it by storm, and there's been quite a bit of criticism with regards to how lawyers have been using AI technology, specifically generative AI, things like ChatGPT and Claude and so on. You may have seen that in the news media, some attorneys have been criticized by the courts for having used fake or fictional or non-existent cases within court documents. In South Africa, we've seen 3 cases so far, the Parker, Mavundla and the Northbound case. But internationally, we've seen many more. So much so that I would say that the use and ethical use of AI within the legal profession has become one of the most profound and urgent ethical questions within the legal profession in a contemporary environment. Now, why is this important? Well, it's important not just for lawyers in terms of their ethical use, but also for clients and individuals. We need to remember that lawyers are the ambassadors for justice. They're quite important within the legal and justice system. And without lawyers doing their jobs properly, justice cannot be achieved. So when we start looking at lawyers using AI, it impacts the individual, the vulnerable person, the client. Let's look at a couple of things that it could impact. Think about your confidential information, things that you would trust your lawyer to keep confidential. When they use that in AI, it becomes public knowledge to an extent because the suppliers of that AI has access to that. Think about the charging of fees. Already, lawyers and access to lawyers is quite limited because fees are exorbitant, it's quite high. One of the barriers to access to justice is not being able to secure legal representation, and fees functions as one of those barriers. The question with AI is whether you are paying your lawyer or an AI system. The other aspect, obviously, is that you should know whether your lawyer is using AI or not. But more importantly, the use of AI, and specifically when lawyers are using AI in a way that they're not checking or verifying the information, may have an impact on the administration of justice. Think of this scenario. A court determines a matter based on the facts and based on the law, and that should, in an ideal environment, result in justice. Imagine now a court makes a decision based on fake or fictional or non-existent cases. Surely that cannot achieve justice in that environment. It's for that reason that the Johannesburg High Court quite recently found that the use of AI by lawyers in a way that they don't check or verify the information has direct impact on the administration of justice. They went as far as to say that if lawyers do this, that they must be disciplined under the rules of the legal profession, at a minimum. But they went further, and they said that the insurance to ensure that lawyers use AI responsibly and in an ethical way, there must be some sort of regulation. And that regulation must be determined by the leadership within the legal profession. Now, Northbound did not really tell us who that leadership may be, but we would assume that it would be institutions like the Legal Practice Council, Law Society, bar associations. I would even go as far as to say that even universities may fall within that leadership space when we look at engaging and teaching our young adults and students. We may even say the courts themselves function as a leadership role to give that guidance. At the time of speaking to you now, there has been no guidance or regulations issued by the Law Society or the legal profession. In fact, this is quite a concerning aspect, considering that the Parker case is about 2 years old already. So we've been sitting with a situation where lawyers don't really have the guidance, and that may also impact clients as well. Ultimately, it's an issue of administration of justice, and I think it's important for us to realize that we cannot leave the administration of justice and the achieving of justice to some sort of AI algorithm. Ultimately, it's within our hands, and we urgently need to address this within society. Thank you.